Hello and welcome to another episode of Creative Midlands. Today we are meeting with Artistic Director of Strictly Arts Theatre, Corey Campbell.
How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Can't complain.
So first of all, actor, director, writer, is there anything you don't do, Corey?
I don't see myself as a writer, actually. Actor and director, yeah. I have written things before, but I haven't got the expertise. I'm not able to do what they do at all.
Have you always dreamed of being an actor, and what led you to pursue a career in the arts?
No, a career in the arts is the last thing that was on my mind. I kind of was led to it by trouble, to be honest. I was getting into a lot of trouble, and the star of the show, David Van, he swooped in and kind of saved my life via the arts, and that's when I began to take it seriously. I was doing music before that, I was a rapper,
Yeah.
So I used to write songs. I was signed for a little while, and then as my relationship with David developed, I began to really fall in love with acting, and that was probably when I was 17, 18. It wasn't always on my mind. It was very far away from my mind, to be honest. I didn't think it was for someone like me. Yeah, David really brought me through, showed me the way, took out his own time, showed me how to express myself via the arts. Initially, it was just an expression. It wasn't for to have a theatre company or to be in any professional productions or any of that. It was just a way of expressing myself without violence or anger or lashing out or any of that. But it changed my way of thinking, the way I see the world, the way I see people like David at that point in time, actually. Knight in shining armour.
How and why did you set up Strictly Arts, and why did you choose to stay in Birmingham?
Okay, so I set up Strictly Arts because of David Van.
Okay.
So after I graduated from Birmingham School of Acting, Birmingham Conservatoire.
Royal Conservatoire
Royal
now, yes. Yes, Royal Conservatoire now.
Yeah, after I graduated from there, I was always very grateful to David for what he had done for me. And my thinking was always, if I can do that for somebody else, I want to be able to do that. But I didn't intend to be in any of the shows, actually.
Right, okay.
Yeah, what I thought I would be able to do also is guide a younger audience or young people through the power of the arts to kind of be able to express themselves in the way that David showed me how to express myself.
Okay.
And show people that there't another way. So that's actually why I set up the company. It was inspired by what he had done for me.
Yeah.
And why, what was this?
Why in Birmingham? Why have you stayed in Birmingham?
Oh, come on. Come on. This is my city, man. Birmingham.
Okay.
I'm a Brummie through and through.
Yeah.
Understand? I love Birmingham. It has a lot of horrible memories for me. Has a lot of amazing memories for me. It's the city that I love. It's the city that I know. I am all about, bro. And of course, I've got a family here.
Yeah.
A wife, children, and also my sisters, who I'm very, very close to. My mum, very, very close to. They wouldn't let me move even if I wanted to be honest.
They keep you here.
Yeah, they would. They would, and they keep me grounded as well.
So who is on the team at Strictly Arts Theatre, and what is your mission?
Okay, so Strictly Arts is made up of producers, actors. We have creative associates, trainee directors, education, learning and participation, and I think that's everything that makes up the team. So Kieran Vyers also does a lot of our media, our website, our trailers, videography, editing. He does all of that.
Yeah.
Lucy Glassbrook, she has her own theatre company.
Yeah.
They're great. They're amazing. She's also with Strictly Arts, so we're finding ways to really bounce off each other, and the companies to bounce off each other. Feels. Producers, Henry Bays, he's great, amazing. We all know Bays. And John, who's assistant producer, but also does a lot of the admin. He's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a few. Josh Morris, I have to give a shout out to Josh Morris, because even when we have different projects going on, as you know, even when a project doesn't necessarily suit Josh is with us, his heart is with us, his time and energy is with us, and he's an amazing director, and I think he's going to do amazing things as well. But he spends a lot of time and energy working with Strictly Arts, even when, like I say, it's not something that might, suit his expertise. He's with us.
And what's your mission? What's Strictly Arts' mission?
At this point, I'm supposed to say our mission is to turn conventional theatre on its head. In actual fact, we want to give a voice to the community.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what community that is necessarily, to be perfectly honest with you. Because of how I've grown up and where I've come from, it means that a lot of the times that is the black community,
Yeah.
you know, and that is the Jamaican community, for example. But there's so many stories to be told. We were discussing with a company the other day that we're co-producing with. We've done a lot about mental health. We've done a lot about race relations. We haven't gone into like a story with a strong female drive, with issues that, again, something that I wouldn't understand, but those issues that are driven by the issues that a woman will face. So all of those type of issues is what we want to put out there. We want to put it on the stage, and we want to put it on the stage in its rawest form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to celebrate the differences and the similarities. We want to celebrate them. We don't want to be angry at each other because so-and-so is different to so-and-so. We want to celebrate those differences and understand them better.
Because you incorporate lots of different elements of theatre, so it's very immersive and very engaging.
Yeah, we're a multidisciplinary company, so we use whatever device we feel necessary. We're not tied down to any genre in particular, which I love about the company. And it just means we do things, puppetry, a cappella singing, physical theatre, all sorts.
Yeah.
Whatever is necessary for that moment, that time, even immersive theatre, so on and so forth. I went through a long period of just hating everyone and everything, hating myself and everybody else. And now I'm not in that place again, thanks to David Van and a lot of other support I've had, but I don't need to name everybody. I'm able to let that go now and really accept and give out love. And I believe that these hot potatoes, I've been told that we do topics that are risky. They always say risky. What's risky about truth? That's folly to me. What is risky about talking what's real? The only reason it would be risky is if you're worried to talk about it. Yeah. And I'm not. And I mean, during Green News Fall, I'll give you an example of why we do that narrative, actually. Yeah. During Green News Fall, there was an older white lady, a mature white lady, and a young black guy who was just in front of her. And after Green News Fall, he was, and she was also very excited by it. And she tapped him. And she said, "Is this really what happens to you? Is this real? Like, is this the racial profiling? I'm seeing, is this just a show or is this real?" And the young man says, "Yeah, it happens to me all the time." And they began to have this dialogue that then, right here at Belgrade, that then ended in a post-show talk that wasn't scheduled. Come on. That's a conversation that would have never happened. They're two people that would have never met. But the power of theatre allows that to happen. And that's why we have to do it in that way. You have to be able to connect.
What does being named UK City of Culture 2021 mean for the city of Coventry?
Amazing things, and it's not just the financial gain, but that's a big part of it. But for tourism, for Coventry, and also people understanding what Coventry is about and what Coventry has to offer, And it's not just Coventry as well. It's a huge deal for the Midlands, and it's been driven by Coventry, and I think that's very special and very unique. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing that's going to happen. Yeah. And for Coventry to be taking the lead on something that will affect the whole Midlands is an amazing thing. And I know those who have been sitting around in the board meetings making all this stuff happen are talking about making sure that nationally it affects, there's a ripple effect that happens, which makes it even bigger.
So what has your experience been as a person of colour in the arts?
Okay, so I have been having a lot of conversations around this. I'm new to this. I'm a baby in comparison to those who have been ploughing in the fields. That's not a very good expression for a person of colour. But for those who have been working before me, I've got a lot of respect for those guys. But what I do understand as being a person of colour in the arts is that I'm in a really weird place with it at the moment. I appreciate all the efforts of putting diverse stories on stage and diversity on stage, and I would like also drama schools to replicate what we are talking about should be happening in the industry. so that then, of course, the quality of BAME performers, obviously then it goes up instantly, because you're calling on BAME performers, but not many of them get into drama schools anyway. Personally, as a BAME artist, I've found that certain doors will be slammed in your face and other doors will be opened up because you're a BAME artist, or indeed because we're a BAME theatre company. It's not necessarily because of the quality of work, and I think that's where it gets sticky for me, because I appreciate the support, because you know, ultimately it helps the progression of the quality. But just like what I saw recently with the amazing Daniel Kaluuya, I believe his name is, who just won his Golden Globe, was it? Won a Golden Globe. Amazing. And instantly I saw on Facebook and social media people putting it down, because of course last year was Oscars so white, and you know, we need to, and then, you know, the people say, right, we have to have at least one black performer up for these awards, as if it's a chore. And this is what it looks like to me now. It looks like it's a chore to appreciate BAME talent now, rather than it being equality. But, you know, you can't win.
Yeah.
You can't win. They can't win. We can't win. I believe Daniel Kaluuya would have won that award this year regardless of the scenario. Because of the scenario, it's led a lot of hate to be put out online, and I can only show love to those who are you know, working hard in the industry to make things equal. And of course, the whole Black Panther thing, which was amazing. Of course, it had a lot of negative. What is wrong with people? There's negativity in everything, but the whole thing about it being, you know, a black superhero, it's not that it's the first black superhero. It was just the way in which this particular superhero came about. It's the way in which the director chose to paint Africa, the motherland, Africa, Wakanda, forever. You know, the way they chose to do it was so positive. There was such a righteousness about it. And of course, Africa in general, or Wakanda as a place in general, there was such a pride about every kind of step that was taken, every movement that they did, that made me proud as a BAME artist. And it's those things that I would like to see more of.
So Strictly Arts has their first film, Consequences, coming out soon. Without giving too much away, can you tell us a little bit about it, and when should we expect to see it?
How long do you got for this one? So Consequences is a short film. It's not a feature. But what happened was, out of Consequences, via different organizations, was born actually a TV series.
Okay.
So that's what it's turned into. So we're going to put Consequences out there as a short film that stands alone. But we now have a TV series that's coming out. It's called The Family. And it's like a real gritty, honest Birmingham drama about a young black family growing up parentless and fighting through lies and crime and secrets, you know, things that are affecting this group, this young family.
Tell us more about what you're currently working on, or if you want to plug anything.
Okay, so I would like to plug The Family, of course.
Yeah.
We'll be throwing out little bits and little teasers of that very, very soon. I can't tell you when, but very, very soon. Freeman's back on tour again. It sold out after its sellout tour last year. Hopefully we'll have a sellout tour again this year. We're all here today because we're rehearsing for an opportunity that we have to put Freeman on again at the Edinburgh Fringe for the full month with all the awards. And so we're just refining Freeman. I'm directing a show at Brooksby Mountain College, and the degree is accredited by the University of East Anglia. I know Marcel's working with Salt Mine.
Okay.
Marcel's currently working with Salt Mine. Kieran is currently in an amazing production as well. So just watch the Smash and come and support Freeman. And thank you all for last year, you know, for selling out at the Rep. And even when they gave us an extra day, the extra day sold out in 4 days as well, which was amazing. So thank you very much for your support.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking, Corey.
No
Thank you for
problem.
the interview. You've been absolutely fabulous, as per usual.
Thank you for your time, man.
And
I appreciate it.
we'll see you next time.